You are live. That's what I love to see. I like that. I like that.
It pops out at chat now? Damn, I
Ooh,
can pop in or pop out the
I
chat.
like that.
That's crazy.
Mm. Let it fill in a little bit. See what everybody's on. Man, it feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah,
It's been a couple weeks. Not a big fan of that. I'm happy not to be sick anymore. And I'm happy you went to Vegas and got all that information.
information's everything.
Knowledge is a source of power,
Mm-hmm.
for sure.
Now I just got to do something about the knowledge I got.
Mm.
That's the second
Well,
part to it.
that's the part most people fail at, is applying set knowledge. So we're gonna see how this goes.
I'm gonna go on my phone and just make sure to check volume.
Yeah. As soon as you do that, oh my goodness, get that yawn out the way. As soon as you do that, and I know we good, then we'll get into the what I'm grateful for. What a
This.
It's getting warm outside too, man.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, look,
You good there?
I sound dark and sexy on that. That's what I'm talking about. Well, we sound dark and sexy. Man, hell yeah, we can bring that back.
Let me just quick move over to the Facebook.
So as where are my people at? Oh, I can't even share. I forget. I can't share this. So, man, you already know. It's been a couple weeks. I'm happy to be back. Still getting over this, the last little bit of this cold, but and the homie Corey is back in town. Went to Vegas, had some fun out in Vegas. Sounds like it sounds like a productive nerd festival he went to.
It was exactly a nerd festival.
A nerd festival, so that's always good. But as you know, as I start every episode out with what I'm grateful for, I'm grateful for my health. I'm grateful that everybody in my life is good. Grateful that my friends and family are all blessed and good. And man, just extremely grateful to everybody close to me. It's really easy to get caught up with your own life and forget how much people are doing for you or how much people mean to you. So I'm really grateful for everybody that's in my life. And yeah, we'll keep it right there. Of course, you can chime in. You can let me know what you're grateful for. I'm always open for that. Always love hearing that. Today's episode, do you already got the title up there?
Not in the TikTok. TikTok doesn't allow me to put a title on.
I got you.
But I can put it in the comments.
Yeah, I texted it to you, so you have
yep.
it.
I'll put it in the comments.
So yesterday, Saturday evening, got this ball rolling in my head and really got me on this interesting path of thinking. And I sort of came to the conclusion late yesterday, but I spent probably an hour of my day in almost like in silence today. The only noise that was really going around is, water running. And I did that on purpose. So on Saturday, my sister-in-law came over, one of my sister-in-laws, and we're sitting there playing games, and everybody that knows me knows that I like to have like a more in-depth conversation, right? And so she opened up about something about her, and then she asked me how I feel about Father's Day, and Father's Day being yesterday. So let me first say happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. So on Saturday night, I'm sitting there thinking, and she asked me this question: how do I feel about Father's Day? And I said it's always that. It's always been this weird day for me because I didn't grow up with my biological father. Like, those of you that have been rocking with me for a minute now, I've talked about it. You know, I didn't talk to my father until basically I graduated high school. And then I didn't meet my father until he was, like, the first time I met my father, he was on his deathbed in the hospital. So I don't really know him, right? And my stepfather, well, that was a whole nother story, dealing with, lots of every abuse known to man. So the thought of Father's Day, and trying to think of fathers and honoring fathers, and it's like I always honored the men in my life that were father figures. And then becoming a father, of course, is exciting, but also, so it's always been that day where I'm super excited to be with my kids and hang out with my kids. I'm very grateful that they believe I'm a good dad. They love hanging out with me for the most part. But it's always that, like, man, I don't have a dad to talk to. And there's moments, especially I believe over the past couple years, there's been moments where it's like, man, I wish I could just pick up my phone and just ask my dad for advice. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether it was an argument with my wife or before I got married again, business things, just that, to just pick his brain, to just have that person that knows me be able to give me advice. So that's been, when Father's Day rolls around, it's like, man, I love being a dad, but it's like I didn't really get to enjoy being a son. And it's always been that weird yin yang for me. And I don't know if that's really making sense to y'all out there. I'm trying to put it in words the best to my ability. Like, I love being a father. I love having a daughter. I love having a son. My daughter's 20. My son is now 14. I love it. My son is about to start high school, and it's a super exciting time. We're even talking about having another one. So it's an exciting time for me right now as a dad. And I've always been worried, like, not having a dad. Am I messing this up? Am I doing this too far this way? Am I going too far this way? And it's, always learning on the job, basically. And I think you do that anytime you're a parent. And yesterday I was just chilling. Like, I just told Corey I plan on fighting early September while I'm out in Thailand. So the last couple weeks, besides being sick, I've been eating super clean, down 10 pounds, eating nothing but chicken and rice, and training and hitting pads. And yesterday I had a great training session, and then coached my fighters, and then sort of had like a talent show / roast or whatever. Almost like if you think about football players having a ball. Did someone already leave a heart? Jacksonville, thank you, man. I look over and we're already getting stuff. So thank you. And then I go home. I recover a little bit. I got these things that I put on my legs that apply pressure and almost massage my legs so I can recover. And I'm chilling. And then my kids come over and I barbecue. Grill up some chicken breasts, and we just chill and we play a game, and then everybody goes back to their lives and dips. And I'm just sitting there thinking, like, why do I stress about not having a father? Like, I get it, I understand the feelings behind it, but if I'm always preaching to people about being, as Bruce Lee's quote says, be formless, right? Don't be formless. Don't be stuck in your past. Stay present. Stay in this moment. Enjoy the now. Plan for the future, but enjoy the moments now. Why am I letting that bother me so much? And then it took me down a whole nother path that it's really easy to get caught up in the thinking that I didn't have what someone else had, or I'm not doing what other people are doing, and am I making the right decisions? Am I doing the right thing? And it's like, man, and then and for me, it's this thought, well, do the people that did have dads, are they thinking and doubting themselves as much as I doubt myself? And it's like, man, I always wonder, the same thing that drives me is that gaping hole I have that needs to be filled. So I'm always driving to get something done, to accomplish something, to be great at something, because I want to fill that thing inside me. And I know that's never gonna fill it. I know that. But it's like, someone that had their mom and had their dad and have a decent relationship with them, do they still have that same feeling of needing to fulfill, needing to find that fulfillment? And it's like, are they insecure in the ways I'm insecure? And it's like, man, and it just dawned on me yesterday, and it hit me again this morning, like, why do I give a shit? Why do I care? Like, I am who I am. The things that make me quote unquote insecure are the same things that drive me to want to be great. It's that needing to be so good at something, to be great at something, to never stop. It's what gets me up all the time early in the morning, and propels me to get to work, and propels me to want to be the best. Like, when I think about being a dad, it's like, I messed that up. Let me go apologize to my kid. Let me tell him that I made a mistake, that I messed up. And it was funny, because during the roast, or whatever you want to call it, yesterday, one of the things that they said is like, they were making fun of me for, is like, oh, my bad, that's on me, I didn't communicate that. And it's funny, but it's also like, oh man, I'm willing to say when I'm wrong. So yes, I'm insecure about things, and that's what drives me, but I'm also so confident and so secure about saying I'm wrong about things, to admit when I'm messing up, to say I'm sorry, to strive to do better, that it's like, why am I hanging on to this feeling of sadness or grief that I didn't have something? It's whatever. I'm 44 years old. At some point, it's like, who cares? Because even if my father let's say my father was a great father and he was there, I'm still in control of my own life. So I can lean maybe on the lessons he gave me, but at the same time, I got to live my own life. I got to be my own man. I got to do things the way I'm supposed to do. What's up? And when you think about that, it's like, well, then why am I hanging on to this grief that I didn't have a father in my life? Yeah, it's Father's Day. You know what? Be the father that you are, and the father that you wanted, and keep striving to do better, and just enjoy it. And damn, yesterday was like one of the most fulfilling days I've had in my life, as far as just days period, but definitely the best day I've ever had on Father's Day, because I was no longer thinking about my father and what he and him not being around. I was no longer thinking about my stepfather and all the abuse that he brought to me and why I couldn't have a better life. I was now just saying, you know what? This is my life and I'm loving it. Like, I got up, I went and trained and got to help prepare myself for my fight. I helped my fighters prepare for their fight. I got to hang out with my fighters and allow them to have fun and just let loose. I came home, I did some rest and recovery. Then I got to jump on the grill, and any man that I know loves to jump on the grill and do some cooking. Maybe it's just me. Corey, how about you? You like throwing down on the grill?
I don't mind.
He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. He doesn't mind. Okay. Most of the dudes I know love to jump on a grill. Any excuse to get on the grill and cook something, hey, we're down. And what's dope is that having my kids come outside, right? So when I say my kids, I mean my son, my daughter, and her boyfriend. They live together, who's basically my son. They've been together 6 years. He's basically my son. And they got to see like this patio that my wife and I have dug out, and we've graveled and we've put down, and we've got it. What do they call it? Compressed. They got to see the fire pit area that's dug out, got gravel on it, and it looks super. It's not done, but it looks dope right now. And then tossing a football around and just having fun, and then going inside and eating, and then playing a game. It's like, that's dope to me. Like, what else would I want? Honestly, the only thing I was missing is my whiskey, but I can't drink right now. So it's like, outside of that, I was having a great day. It's like, even if I had a dad, yesterday couldn't have been any better to me. And so it's like, oh, thank you so much, half pint. So it's like, why? And I'm saying all this, and it's a rhetorical question. When I say, why do I still want to carry that grief around? That's a rhetorical question. I know why my feelings tell me that. But I'm more or less saying that, like, maybe sometimes ask yourself that. Like, how does hanging on to that grief of what happened to you in your past help you walk right now in the present moment, right? It's walking forward, and that's why I title it Into the Unknown, right? It's scary as hell. It's letting go of that pain and saying, you know what? This is what the universe provided for me, and it is what it is. I'm gonna walk forward into the unknown. I didn't know what yesterday was gonna be like, right? I knew I had to train. I knew I had to train my fighters, and I knew I was gonna let them let loose. Outside of that, I didn't know how I was gonna go. I didn't know how my kids were gonna be. I didn't know what was gonna happen, but I enjoyed every moment of it. And like, it's so dope to see my kids, and all three of us are the same. All three of us want to just like debate about stupid shit. And it's funny. And we like, the best way I could describe my daughter is my sister-in-law hit it on the head. She was like, your daughter's like a princess that grew up with boys. And so like she's this prissy little princess, but she's rough. She's rough and rugged because she grew up with boys her whole life. And so it's like, it's funny watching her and my son interact, and then we're just sitting there playing games and talking crap, and like, I wouldn't trade it for the world, but it's scary to walk forward. And honestly, the second part, embracing solitude and self-discovery, it took my sister-in-law asking me this, and then me diving into it on my own. And this is a stage that I don't know if enough people do, is like jump into their own lives on their own, and like, I don't want to say meditate, but just sit on some shit on their own. Just get lost in it. And it's like, sorry, Mula just said, it took courage to get out of an 11-year marriage. I was comfortable and fear changed. Hey, you know what? Kudos to you. I don't know why you left the marriage. I don't know what was going on, but if you believe you made the right decision, then kudos to you. Like, it takes a lot of courage to walk forward into the unknown. A lot of people will walk the same path because they know what's going to happen. They go, oh man, Mula, I'm so sorry. Mula, give me 1 second. They go to the same 9 to 5. They stay in the same shitty relationship. They do the same thing because they fear the unknown. They fear that change. They fear changing up their lives because they don't know what's going to happen. And they become, stagnant. And if you're a religious person, in no religious book does it say that your life should be easy. In no religious text does it say you should live a comfortable life. Nowhere in the books, right? And if you don't believe, if you don't have a religious belief, let me just tell you right now, you are never going to find who you are just living in comfort. You have to move yourself out of your comfort zone in some way, shape, or form. That could be working out, that could be your job, that could be a relationship, that could be changing you within that same relationship. I'm not telling you to go change your relationship. I'm saying change, maybe grow and become something better, which takes work, which takes pain, which takes some kind of suffering on your part, right? So now, Mula on TikTok, let me go back to what she originally said. It took courage to get out of an 11-year marriage. I was comfortable and feared change. She was dealing with emotional abuse and he was cheating. First of all, that sucks. Emotional abuse is, now I'm gonna take it as far as he was putting you down. He was telling you ain't nothing, things of that nature. I could be wrong on that. And why somebody would talk down to somebody else is never cool. That person needs to be popped in their mouth, right? They need someone to just pop them in their mouth. And you can't tell me no different, because a person that, especially when I look at it from a man's point of view, when you talk to a woman like that, that woman most of the time can't bring about physical harm to you. Not in a way that makes you fear them. So now you're just trying to be dominant over that woman because you feel so small in yourself. So first, that's one. He should be popped in his mouth for that, right? So second, kudos to you for being able to, and he's cheating. Like, I'm not gonna, not unless I can't. Let me touch on that in a minute. TikTok's getting wild now. This is why I love TikTok. I'm sorry, Facebook. I wish y'all commented more. With YouTube, I wish y'all commented more, but TikTok is where it's at because they always comment. They got me going. So wait, slow down. Let me come back to that. So as far as the cheating, look, cheating is cheating. I look at cheating as like, look, if I'm gonna sleep with another woman, I might as well just tell my wife, hey, I want to sleep with another woman. Because at least then, hopefully we could be a gangster about it. We could just bring a woman back for ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, or we can have that talk and maybe she's not doing something that I'm interested in, right? Or maybe we need to just look at our relationship, right? So cheating, he could have been gully about it and just came up and told you like, hey, I want to sleep with other women, or I want this, or I want that. Again, that shows that he wasn't. Let me have empathy for him. He must feel real small about himself, because if you're willing to put another individual down and sleep with someone else, right? He's sleeping with another woman, right? And he's putting the woman that he's married to down. You got to feel real low about yourself, right? So quick empathy for him, but he still should have been popped in his mouth and someone should have told him, hey, do something with yourself. Become a better person. I believe I'm great, right? I'm great. I'm super dope. But I'm not greater than anybody else. There are things that I'm better than some people, right? But that's because of my experience. That doesn't mean that they can't catch me and or surpass me. So I'm not greater than anybody else, and that's my mind frame, so I never put anybody down. That dude needs to be popped in his mouth. Maybe he needs to do a jiu-jitsu class or a Muay Thai class and just be put in place, right? Now, can you scroll up so I can see this? And make sure y'all liking, because I've been gone for a couple weeks. I want to go ahead. What's the number we going for, 25,000?
I think 25K.
25K is the next goal for TikTok as far as likes. So y'all have fun with that. Wait, could you scroll back up? So when we looking at this, so when I said 20-year marriage gone, VG Smokes, why'd your marriage end? And then show my love for you, not unless I unalive him. That's why I left. Well, I'm glad you left him instead of unalive him. You keep saying, wait, what about she? Well, okay, Smokes, what about her? What does she do? I've been seeing a lot of guys, whoa, whoa, whoa. I've been seeing a lot of guys getting what they have coming. Hey, have a blessed day. Not fun sleeping in the car because of this woman. You right, to control, keep my pockets, to control and keep them up. She want the check. Hey, then I'm not saying, like, look, this isn't just a man problem. This isn't just a woman problem. People are messed up, right? So if you marry a woman and she's just about your money, right, and she's not caring about anything else, and you struggling, right? Big Mo, what's up? I'm great, homie. I'm great. How you doing? So if she's just about your money, wait, is VG Smokes talking about her that she just wants a check? Do y'all know each other or something? And yeah, if she's a registered nurse, she definitely don't need the money. But, oh, y'all do know each other. Wait, are y'all used to be married? Are you telling me I got a married couple on here arguing, beefing? Oh, good. They don't know each other. I was about to say.
That would have been a first.
I was about to say, y'all beefing on mine? I'm like, Sure, Tard, I'm not even talking about her. Oh, okay. So, man, I thought, for real, I was like, y'all about to make my stuff go viral. I was like, yeah, it was about to get super messy in here. So, like, look, if you with someone, and here's the thing that I tell people. First of all, you control you. That's the name of the podcast. Oh, that's the name of the podcast. And normally I got a You Control You shirt on. But first you gotta make yourself grow. So if you were married to someone who's putting you down, and if they're putting you down and they're cheating on you, and you're accepting that, you got to work on yourself so you no longer can accept that, right? You gotta build your own self-esteem so you no longer accept that, so you can either leave, or you can put your foot down and say, I'm not tolerating this anymore. Either this stops or we're done. Either way, up to you. As far as if you with someone and they're spending your money or they're not budgeting correctly, again, you got to build yourself up so you can put your foot down, right? And I'm not saying put your foot down like and be, oh, this has got to be, no, have a civil conversation like two adults and say, hey, we need to move differently, because how we're moving isn't going to allow us to be successful in life and successful in this marriage, right? So we have to move differently. And then all we done is just, I lost someone I love, which is my daughter. So when you say lost, do you mean lost in custody, lost in life? Big Mo, have a good day at work, man. And marriage is a commitment. Someone asked, have I interviewed famous people? Not on my podcast. And it depends what you declare famous, man. I've interviewed a lot of dope people, but not yet on the podcast. That's still coming. Lost in life from grooming her. Wait, what? Wait a minute. What? Lost in life from grooming her. I don't know what you mean by that. I don't know if you mean what it sounds like. If I interview Chris Brown, tell him I love.
That is wild today.
As I was saying, that 25K number, that 25K might get me closer to interviewing Chris Brown. So help me hit that 25K. And if I interview Chris Brown, Breezy, I'll tell you. I'll tell him that Breezy fans _OHB Fire loves him. So,
fan photo shoots be going crazy though.
Oh, wait a minute. Here's something about Chris Brown. Oh, you talking about the people breaking up? You talking about the people breaking up? No, not photo shoots, but the meet and greets.
Oh yeah.
The meet and greets are leading people to breaking up. Oh man. First of all, what I love about my wife is if my wife met someone, she's not jumping in their arms.
Right.
She's that's not happening. That's not happening. Because I'm damn sure not jumping in Beyonce's arms.
Right.
So, but back to what we were talking about. You basically gotta grow yourself, right? You gotta grow yourself. Never bring your girl to. Never bring your girl to. My girl isn't gonna go crazy for Chris Brown. That's not really her steez. So even if I did, she'd be the one that declined to get on stage, right? Which is dope. But as you go forward in life, you got to walk your own path. And it's dope. Corey, have you ever read the book 48 Laws of Power?
I have not.
Okay.
I've not read that one.
Should read that. But it's one of those books that I really like. At the end of it all, it basically says, figure your shit out. You can listen to 20 different people and they can all have 20 different pieces of advice. You got to walk your own path. And you might come up with idea 21 and that might fail. And then you come up with idea 22, you might go back to idea 5 from that fifth person. It doesn't matter. You got to figure it out. And walking that path is scary when you got to walk that path to the unknown. That's the stuff, for lack of a better word, that gets me going in the morning, right? That's the excitement for me. Like, it's funny. Corey, you're going to love this. So I sent my wife an email and I'm like, hey, to-do list by August something. One of it was have my own You Control You website, have your own Seek Death website, and I think it has something else, and then new merch ideas, and then a whole bunch of other ideas. And she was like, why do you want all these individual websites? Why do you want it doesn't make sense to have all these. You could just put it on your website and just. And I was like, and I started to, argue and defend my point. And I'm like, you know what? Cool. You know what I did? I was like, my guy Luke, who I used to coach, is fighting on one championship in July. Let me go ahead and get the You Control You on his fight banner. Let me send him a crap ton of merch that he can wear in training because I know he'll rock it. And then let me do like a little sponsorship. Nothing crazy, just a little sponsorship. Well, because of that, they needed they needed the logo for You Control You, and then they needed a website or whatever connected to that so it'll go on one. What had to happen? You Control You had to get its own website for its own shop. You can't. I knew I needed it already. I knew it. I knew I needed it. I knew it was the right move. I'm not going to argue with nobody, though. I'm going to do what I got to do. And there was no argument about the sponsorship. There was no argument about the logo placement because now this is going to get placed in front of millions of people. Because millions of people watch one championship, right? Millions. This was a smart business move, right? Now the podcast, now here's the other thing. And Corey, you're going to love this. The You Control You podcast is going to have his own YouTube channel now.
Right. I love that.
I know you do. I know you do. I know you do. So that's starting to happen. So that every episode now gets put on its own YouTube channel with all the little shorts and the clips that I'm starting to do via AI. Now that podcast is going to get put on the website where it's also a shop. More merch has got to be created to go on this shop. Like, just by stepping forward, right? Stepping forward into the unknown. I have no idea if this is going to work. This could be the biggest flop in the world. Nobody can click on the website. Nobody can do anything. Maybe it doesn't work. I don't care. I want to do it. And it's going to pay off one way or another. So, VG Smokes, you have a blessed day too. So, do you see what I'm saying when I say walk your path into the unknown? It started with letting go of my father and letting go of my stepfather, right? And letting go of Father's Day. And just being the best dad I could be and enjoy my day. Not be sad about it. and it turned into something so much bigger. Walk forward, Joe. Is Mula still on here? I don't know if she's still on here. If she is, I hope you say something, Mula. But because I got a question for you.
Says Mula should still be on.
Mula.
Apparently live data.
Oh, can you click on her profile? Yeah, there she is. Can I? So, how long have you been divorced? Can you click on her profile? I don't know if that's a real picture or not. Six months. How's single life treating you? Wait, man, happy, beautiful. You back out there peaceful? Oh, there's nothing better than peaceful. Wait a minute. Man, so he put you down, he was cheating. Oh, man. Just,
Uh-oh. You got that scratch in your head.
yeah. Because that just leads me to believe he needs to be smacked in his mouth. He probably wasn't. Oh, and you have two kids? Oh, man. Okay. Are you making sure the kids are straight? How old are the kids? Oh, Andy was your first love? Man, so he was probably your first partner, right? All women, I mean, people. Yeah. Like, it's funny. See, I'm just. How old are you, Mula? If you don't mind, 33. Okay, look. All right, 33, 2 kids. How old are those kids? Seven and 10. Man, yeah, y'all started young. So, look. Shared custody, I'm taking it? Of some kind? Yeah. So, the best advice I can give you on this is don't paint the dad as a bad person. Let them discover whatever he is on their own. You just keep it pushing and be the greatest mom you could be. And continue to be an inspiration. Continue to do what you got to do. You work in a field that's really tough to hold a relationship down because it's so stressful and so emotionally draining. They actually say that being a nurse is one of those red flag jobs because a lot of nurses cheat, but also a lot of nurses just have like emotional baggage dealing with their job. So it might be a little hard to maintain a relationship, but there's no course involved. We co-parent just fine. All right, cool. So look, the worst thing you could do is change who you are. Allow yourself to love the way you love. Just now be smart and hold yourself up as the queen that you are. So it won't be hard for you to find a man depending on what you're looking for, right? So, come on now. Don't give up on us like that. There are plenty of good men out there. So if you cut yourself off like that, then you're more likely to attract the men that you don't want, right? Because it's like, I tell people this all the time. When you try to let the grass grow high to keep the snakes out, the snake that gets through you can't see. So you're better off just keeping the grass cut so you can see all the snakes coming, right? So don't be so quick to say, no, I'm done with men. That man wasn't the right one, right? And I'm sure if you had to say, if there were 10 things about him, all 10 things aren't bad, right? There's some good things in there. So those good things, you know, you still like in a man. But you know the bad things you don't want to deal with. And you go forth like that. Otherwise, you're not walking into your unknown and you're not embracing your own self-discovery. Right? Men aren't bad, and I bet you enjoyed being married. If he was a good man, you would have loved being married, right? So you're not against marriage. You just, that man he is who he is. He still probably has a lot of growing up to do. And like I said, he probably doesn't love himself. Because if you don't love yourself, it's really easy to start downing other people. So there's a good chance he doesn't love himself. And that's not your problem. As a man, he should have figured that out. As a man, he should have came to you and said, hey, I'm struggling. Look, I'm struggling. I don't know how to be the man you need me to be right now. So that makes me wonder. It's like something in his life had to change. Whether it was the stress of being a father, whether maybe he lost a job, COVID made people, like COVID made all of us a little crazy. So it was a change. Definitely COVID. That was the end of COVID. Man, kids are older. Everything's changed in the world. So at some point did you ask him what was going on? Did you ask him what was up? And that's where, as a man, you got to be honest, man. Like, even if you don't know what's going on, you got to come at your wife and be like, look, I don't know what the hell is wrong with me right now, but I don't feel good about myself. I'm not feeling good about where I'm going. But I'm gonna keep going to work. I'm gonna keep doing me. Just ride this wave with me. Like, women are strong, yo. Women are stronger than we think, especially emotionally and mentally. We gotta be honest with them. Like, hey, I'm going through it right now, and I don't know what to do, and I don't know what to say. I'm figuring it out. I'm still gonna work. I'm still gonna do what I gotta do. I'm still gonna be the man that I am. I just have to keep to myself because I don't know what I'm liable to say. Yeah, man. You know what? Was he cheating all 3 years? Because new vagina do that to a brother. Like, let's not like new vagina. Yeah, new vagina will do that. Like, did a woman sniffed him and was like, ooh, and she started gassing him up and like, oh, you a good man. And he was like, oh, I see the new, it's new and she ain't got no kid. Wait, and if the new ain't got kids, then it's like, oh, she ain't got no kids. So this is like my getaway. What he should have done is done what men in our previous generations did. She has 3 kids. Oh, what is he doing? But they not his, so he probably ain't got to tell them what to do. Oh, he's slow. He's slow. First of all, I'm not all for cheating, but he should have just kept banging her on the side and not changed at home at all. He should have came home and been a better man. That's what he should have done. Like, that's why he need she older than you. Oh, I wonder if she's playing sugar mama. I wonder if she's playing mama role. Like, hey, you ain't got to do this. I'll do this for you. I wonder. But, and again, I'm not all for cheating. I'm just saying, if you going to smash a chick on the side that's already got kids, just come home and be in a good mood. Like, for real. Because if he would have came home and been a better man, you wouldn't have known nothing. You would have been okay with it. But he was coming home worse. He should have came home and been like, whew, Man, I feel relaxed. Let me come home and be a good dad. Let me come home and be a good husband. Like that's how them old school dudes used to do it. This one might get me canceled, huh?
What?
Talking like this, huh? But for real, that's what you know what? I never understand that about people that cheat. If you're going to cheat, come home and be a better spouse. Why come home and be a worse spouse? What's the point of that? Especially if you're a man that got kids, right? If you're a man and you got kids, you're going to look like a piece of crap when they get old. Oh, excuse me. When they get old enough to know that. They're going to look at you like you're a piece of crap. Right? So what we doing? If you're a woman, how many comedians have talked about this? Oh, a man will knock it out, but he don't want you to come live with him and marry him and be a pain in his ass. He's going to send you back home to your husband. So why not just come home and they start comparing in their heads and then resenting themselves. Like, I think about it. Like, if I ever cheated on my previous wife or if I was going to cheat on my current wife, I'm doing it strictly for, how can I put this?
So we don't get canceled.
Yeah. I'm doing it strictly for the relaxation of my body and mind. That sounds gangsta how I just said that. I'm relaxing my mind and my body. But I'm going to come home in a good mood. I'm going to come home and be a worse person? So, Mula, don't give up on all men. There's plenty of us good men out here that aren't married. Never give up on men. There's plenty of good men. Now, what kind of man are you looking for? Because now I've been wanting to dive into this conversation where women start talking about what kind of man they want. Half Pint says, right, make it make sense. I don't know, man. If I go somewhere and I get relaxed and then I get sent home, I'm going to be relaxed in a good mood. Like, what you need? How can I make your day better now? So that's how, when I hear older men describe things, that's how they describe it. Like, yeah, it just helped me. It was like, instead of stopping at the bar for a drink, I stop over here. I don't know. Maybe that's too much for this generation. I don't know. Men and women surprise me in this generation. But don't give up on men. But please don't tell me you want some over 6 foot men that make 6 figures and all this other stuff. Please don't be like all these other women out here. Because that just gets ridiculous. Oh, man.
Maybe this next one you do need to take a deeper dive into.
Which one?
What a woman wants.
What a woman wants? Oh, that's easy. What they want or what they need? Because what a woman needs and what she wants are two different things usually. The woman who knows what she needs and can help build what she wants, that's a woman that usually picks a good man. The woman who picks get water.
Because you cough.
Oh, I thought she meant something else. I thought she meant she wants a man to go get water. And I was like, well, wait a minute. Is he getting water before or after he... Never mind. Nobody else following me on that? She laughs. Okay, she's following me on that. She's following me on that. She's following me on that. I didn't know why. I was like, ooh, wait. Dry cough. Yeah, it's a little dry. a little dry. Never mind. Oh man, something's wrong with this episode because my mind is in the gutter. Wait, do we have all women on here right now?
Looking.
What do y'all women, what do y'all think y'all need in a relationship?
I don't think it's all women, but mainly women.
Mula, what you need? Half Pint, what you need? Brooke Sky, what you need? What do you need in a relationship? This should be good. Give me something before I get offline. Give me something. Good love and body consistency. Ooh, Cleopatra. There we go. There we go. What you mean by that? Exactly. A man who follows God and respects you and actually treats you like a friend and a lover.
Interesting. Follow God.
Respects you and actually treats you like a friend and a lover. See,
Double-edged sword.
yeah, Brooke, it's hard for men to treat you like a friend. It's not the easiest thing to do. And I'll tell you why. Because how men treat each other as friends doesn't work treating women that way. Like my wife got to see it firsthand. Like just me and some of the boys playing poker. And Corey, I need you to come get over here for one of these poker games. That's what I need.
Yeah.
But we'll just, sometimes it'll go from nothing to like, man, shut the fuck up. Or, ooh, let me watch that. We're going to bleep that out. Man, shut the bleep up. Man, eat a fat, man, go to hell. Like, we can't talk like that to women. We can't communicate like that to women. So when you mean a friend, you mean, and this is always the weird thing. Women want, I believe anyway, when I hear women say this, and I say it to my wife, you want me to communicate with you like a woman, right? You want me to have certain conversations like a woman. That's harder that's not as easy.
Not everyone's equipped.
Yeah, they're most definitely not. See, thoughtful, empathetic, and compassionate. That's something a man grows over time. That's not something that we have early on. Like, that's something we have to learn.
Yeah, it's not a built-in mechanism.
Yeah, like even me, a lot of people say I'm pretty empathetic. It's something I've had to learn. I can read people, but that's childhood trauma. But it works like this. If you, like Mula, if you come to me with a problem, my first thing I want to do is solve it. I know that I should instead ask questions. But do you know how long it took me to learn that? So how you communicate with each other is different. Understand, if Corey came to me and said, man, dog, this broke. The first thing that's out my mouth, yo, what do you need? What can I do? Or I'm going to start throwing out solutions. And he's going to be like, oh, yeah, that works. And it's listen and comprehend and then ask questions.
Ooh, that's a lot.
See,
Some people don't even get to the first part.
Yeah. Mula, I love you. I love you for saying that, and I agree. We actually had an episode talking about listening and comprehending.
Yeah.
And I was talking about how men and women miss the mark on both ends. I've listened to women talk, right? And women will have 5 different conversations going at the same damn time. And they're listening to each other and somehow comprehending what they're talking about. But they're talking about 5 different things. This woman's talking about 3, this woman's talking about 2, and it sounds like the conversations are missing. But they somehow pick it up. Men don't talk like that. If me and Corey start talking about basketball, we're talking about basketball until we're done talking about basketball. Then if we want to talk about football, it might progress into football, but it's not going to go football and basketball at the same time. He's not going to be talking about the Boston Celtics, and I'm not talking about the Chicago Bears at the same time. We're going to talk about the Boston Celtics and basketball. Then we might move to the Chicago Bears. And I'm on my second marriage, right? And my first marriage, there were a lot of things that I couldn't control, like infidelities, certain things like that. The one thing that was in my control was my ex-wife would hit me with like, I'm trying to think of an example. Like, she sometimes, this is the best example. I'm sure she said this at one point. My ex-wife said it, but she would hit me with like, I do more stuff for you than you do for me. And I'm like, wait, make sense of that. Like, logically make sense of that. Like, are we keeping score? And like, if we are, how many things are you doing for me compared to how, like, and she was talking about her feelings. How am I supposed to know you talking about your feelings? You literally just went on the offensive and told me something that gave me space to debate it now. I listened and I comprehended what she said, right? But now I'm going to dispute that because I don't believe you. You need more people, basically. We don't believe you. You need more people. Like, the facts weren't there. But she was in her feelings right then, right? So she could be in her feelings. Cool. I look for those feeling words. I want a woman to say, I feel this. Boom, trigger something. Okay, don't argue with the feelings. Now, some women will say now, read between the lines. Are you insane? You want me to read between the lines. Do you understand that I spend my whole day having to listen to, I get to listen to people speak and they're direct? Or if they're not direct, I walk them into a direct path so I understand what they're saying. So I get it. Just understand that men and women communicate differently. And that's not saying men can't learn how to listen better and comprehend what you're saying. So, Mula, if you hit me with, hey, what's going on? You're not the same man you used to be. My first instinct is to say, well, no, I'm not the same man. I'm 10 years older now. I'm different. When now I know the answer should be, I think I understand what you're saying. Could you explain deeper in what you mean? In what ways do you believe I've changed? In what ways do you believe are negatively affecting us? Do you know how much composure that takes? Do you understand how much brain power that takes? How much empathy that takes? That's a lot. And we're hardwired to go hunt and kill stuff. Like, we're not hardwired to be emotional speaking creatures like that. Especially at a certain age where our testosterone is still like high. So it works both ways, most definitely. I think an emotionally intelligent man will see the benefits of a fruitful relationship. I would say that I'm an emotionally intelligent man now, but it's something I've learned. Like, every personality test has talked about how, have a blessed day, have a beautiful day. It talks about how assertive I am and I don't really have an emotional aspect or bone in my body. So it's something I've learned, and it can be learned. It just takes a lot of time and effort. So, and again, it goes back to walking into the unknown, becoming better, self-discovery. So, man, I think next episode we should talk about what women want.
I think it'd be good. I think a lot of people benefit from that.
Yeah, we could talk about what women want, what men want, what they need. That'll be a good episode.
Right.
So, man, thank y'all for tuning in. First day back in a couple weeks. Throat's a little sore right now. I could definitely tell I haven't done this much talking in a while. Man, I love y'all. Make sure you follow. If you're new to the channel, follow, subscribe, all that, man. I love y'all so much. We'll be back next Monday. Probably, what time you thinking?
It'll be around this time.
Around this time, so about 11:30 a.m. Central. Tune back in. I love y'all. Peace.